Alright, welcome back. I'm not sure how many people I'm talking to, but whether it's 5 people watching my video, 10 people watching my video, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk about the 5 things I learned working as a behavior therapist. And so, if you didn't know, I work with an agency as a behavior therapist for mostly kids with autism. That's mostly the base of my clients. They're autistic, high functioning, low functioning, you name it. Yeah, for the most part, I did that for a year, and I recently quit because it's not a passion of mine to work with kids. That's something I realized after working 1 year into this field, is that it's cool to work with kids, but it's in many ways I can't stand it. It's not a position for me. My supervisor is like, "What? You don't like working with kids?" And I was like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's not my cup of tea. I don't know how else to put it. But anyways, I want to talk about the 5 things I've learned working with kids, working as a behavior therapist. Number one is that when you're working with kids that are autistic, many times they resort to physical violence because they have a poor ability to express themselves, to let us know how they feel so we could help. And oftentimes it could get pretty violent. I've had a kid that pinched me when he disapproved of my order and command. And a situation like that, I would normally say, I would say is use your words. Use your words. That's one of them. Say, hey, no, I don't want to do that, or something along the lines of no, but not pinching people. And part of the job as a behavior therapist is to implement and substitute a positive replacement into a behavior that is appropriate. So for example, rather than a kid pinching you, you're teaching him to say no, using his words to express himself. That's one of them. The thing with this job is that when I first came in, the way school teaches you is that Formula A solves the problem for question A, whatever. Formula B solves questions for question B, and and working with kids, I realized that there's no specific formula because every single kid is vastly different. They all have different personalities, different hobbies, and they'll react differently to different behaviors. So it's really when I'm working, it feels like I'm on this work mode. How I interact with these kids is work mode. I have to be this way. I have to react to them this way, and this client, I have to react to them that way. I just went off a huge tangent off of that. The second thing I learned working as a behavior therapist was you're bound to do a lot of mindful ignoring. And what I mean by that is as a human being, we naturally just gravitate our attention towards somebody who has our attention or sensory or whatever, with smell, look, or just someone falling down or seeking for help. Sometimes you have to kind of purposely numb yourself to not give a reaction to the kid, because sometimes giving a reaction to the kid delivers a response that they want. And in the long run, if you keep it up, it will reinforce them to do that thing to do the thing that you don't want, but to have a reaction that he wants in an appropriate way, of course. I wish I could give an example for that. Okay, I had an example. So one of my kiddos, clients, he does this thing where he falls on purpose to get attention. And one of the thing I do is when he does that, I kind of ignore it and I just keep on going. And he usually does that when we're walking from his room to the dining room, because activities otherwise. Anyways, so basically he falls to get my attention, and one way I redirect that is to make it into a race. So what I mean by that is, instead of just simply walking from the bedroom to the dining room, I say, hey, let's race. Let's see who's the first to, touch the chair first. And then so I would try to make it into a race and get him to not, fall and do that. And another way is that if he does do that, I would say, hey, I'd be like, hey, there's something really cool at, the table. You should come see it. This way, he has to get up and, come to the table to see what I got for him. Something. Basically, it's finding ways around the issue, and the best part I like about this job is that it gives a space, a realm for you to exercise problem solving. And it's this job, the supervisor comes visit you once a week to kind of see if you're doing your job, charting data. If you have any questions about any programs, you ask how to run it, examples of running it, etc. But other than the fact that you have to do the work part, the job itself is pretty autonomous. You can make it as fun as you want to, as long as you get all the goals and the programs. And sometimes you can incorporate jumping jacks if you really want, or a walk at the park, playing Legos, lots of things. The thesis of this job is that, the gist of this job is that the more imaginative you are, the more helpful it will be. And also, sometimes the kids would have these would negotiate, or they would say no to something, and it would usually be something like, hey, can we do let's say the person likes Minecraft, hey, can we do Minecraft and first before the homework? And that, you kind of have to gauge whether or not the kid is gonna do what he promised. If it doesn't, then you gotta be very stern with the first and then. So for example, first finish this homework, then we get to play Minecraft. Or first you finish whatever, then you do this. First you eat your broccoli, then you get ice cream. The very same concept of first and then. And also, this job has a lot of things that are, I say it's helpful for even people like me. It teaches you to be well, your role as a behavior therapist is to teach responsibility and independence and social um, like social adaptation. No, social teach kids how to socially integrate themselves in society appropriately. There you go. That's what I meant. And also it's important, and that's all the things that I want to mention in this video that I've learned as a behavior therapist. Of course, I've learned many other small things in this job. It's not just learning in this field that benefits only in this field. What you learn in this field, you can apply it in your life. And I guess that's really what it comes down to, bettering myself so I can better serve other people. As always, if you enjoy watching this video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll be posting more of this type of content.